Hi, everybody. A little bit late tonight. Good evening nonetheless. Bob Page with our full 30-minute edition of the Coors Light MSG Sports Desk. You know, if they had written this script in Hollywood, I don't think anybody would have believed it. I mean, it was just too perfect. What better way for the Rich Kotite era to end than have the Jets build a lead against a quality opponent, then choke it away, and still with a chance to pull the game out in the final seconds, have somebody fumble away. You know, a turnover at crunch time, and another loss be the result. That was exactly the scene this afternoon at Giant Stadium as the Jets dropped a 31-28 decision to the Miami Dolphins. So Kotite goes out on a 1-15 note. First quarter, the usually reliable Wayne Corbett gives Miami a break when he fumbles on the punt return. Louis Oliver recovers in the Jets' 23. But 2 plays later, Stanley Pritchett gives it right back after being hit by Matt Brock. Hugh Douglas picks it up. What a bright spot he's been in an otherwise dismal year. 62 yards for the touchdown, so it's 7-0 for clueless Kotite and the boys. Later in the first, New York gets another break. On a 1st and goal from Miami 1. On a sweep right, Adrian Morrell looks for the end zone. The officials give him a touchdown, looks on the replay as though he fumbled first. 14-0 for the Jets until late in the second quarter. Dan Marino gambling on 4th down all afternoon. 4th and 3 from the Jet 33. Completes it to O.J. McDuffie. Way short of the first down, but whoops, the Jets flag for having too many men on the field. Has this guy seen this movie before? Later on 4th and goal, Chad Cascadden comes up with a huge deflection on Marino's pass attempt, but whoops, another penalty. Have we seen this movie before? Ray Mickens called for holding, and, well, he knew what was coming up next. 1st and goal now. Marino fires to McDuffie, the former Penn State All-American, in the end zone for the touchdown. 14-7, Jets on top at the half. You think Jimmy Johnson was worried? Not against this team. From the New York 33, Marino, a perfect pass to Fred Barnett over the middle for the touchdown. That tied the game at 14. Surprisingly, the Jets come right back. Glenn Foley engineers a long drive, capped by this 11-yard strike. Who is that? Is Kyle Brady still on the team? He still plays for the Jets? 21-14. How about that? They discovered him again. Miami ties it up, though. An 8-play drive ends when Kareem Abdul-Jabbar sweeps in from 17 yards out. His 11th TD of the year. Miami added a field goal early in the 4th, and then the killer. Marino to Randall Hill, 50 yards and a touchdown. His 64th TD pass against the Jets alone. Miami up 10. About 5 minutes left. Backup quarterback Frank Reich connects with Corbett for a 9-yard touchdown. Jets owner Leon Hess understands that counts 6 points, I guess. Maybe they had to wake him up there. I'm not sure. In a nice gesture, Corbett gave Kotite the ball as a going-away present, but then Corbett fumbled himself on a pass reception in the final seconds, and that was the last chance clueless Kotite had to win another game. Just utterly amazing, isn't it? They spent $80 million in free agents and would go 1-15 this year. Well, just in time, shall we say, to get out of jail for the holidays, MSG's Mike Crispino has served his sentence. He files his final report on the season from the mausoleum known as the Jets locker room.
It was a requiem for a lightweight at the Meadowlands. Rich Kotite saved himself from more pain, orchestrating his own resignation on Friday, and the Jets played inspired football. Commander Kotite showed life and a sense of relief today. Maybe he should have started resigning weeks ago if it would produce these results. Hugh Douglas, one of 20 real players on the Jets roster, provided real excitement, rumbling 62 yards for the 7-0 lead. But with the Jets 0 for 14 in their last 14 December games, nothing is a sure thing, even if the gods were smiling on Adrian Morrell and his touchdown. The Dolphins shot from the hip throughout, going on 4th down 4 times in the first half, and the Jets stopped them 4 times. But, of course, they stopped themselves twice with penalties, of course.
12 men on the field on the defense. 5-yard penalty, holding number 24, defense. That's the distance to the goal, automatic first down.
They lost momentum for good, allowing that last-second first-half touchdown. And, of course, when the teams returned from the locker rooms, Kotite had underwhelmed his team again. Marino started slinging, and the rest was predictable history. The Jets stumbled, fumbled, and were predictably humbled.
I think the greatest lessons in life are learned through tough times. And I think this football team, to a man, is going to take something positive away from this year. And I think it's going to come to serve him individually and collectively. I believe that.
He's trying hard. You know, I can't say whether it was good or bad, you know, the way his announcement affected the team, but, you know, he still, you know, tried hard and coached hard.
Yeah, I feel bad for Rich Kotite. I know that Rich works hard, and, you know, just things didn't work out for him. But whoever comes into this Jet organization with the talent that they have, somebody's going to win some ball games here.
This team is nowhere near a 1-15 team. I mean, there was a point in the season where you could have a 6-7 game winning streak. And I know you could say could have, and you're winning up to this point, but I don't think we caught many breaks this year if you go back and look at the films. And hopefully somebody's going to be shining on us next year.
15 losses. Is it still amazing to you that that happened? This team, to me, should have won 5 or 6 at least.
Oh, sure. In your wildest dreams, you could never predict that. And coming into the year, if you asked somebody to bet that would happen, everybody would take that for sure, that there's no way that you'd be in this situation at the end of the year.
Jets' futility under Rich Kotite reached historic proportions here this afternoon. Only 4 other teams have ever been this bad, 1-15. It's going to take a tough, disciplined coach who outworks his players to turn around a downward spiral, which has ended at ground zero. In the Meadowlands, mercifully off the Jets beat, Mike Crispino, MSG SportsDesk.
Yeoman's work all year, Michael. The Giants, meanwhile, have some big coaching moves of their own planned, no doubt. We'll check into that story next, along with the rest of the National Football League. But first, some of the Jets' ugly numbers from their latest ugly loss and the last ugly loss of the Rich Kotite era.